Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I'm your host, Jem, and let's cue the intro.
Don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want and need. Feel your heartbeat, feel somewhere you're looking good. Feel your heartbeat, feel somewhere you're looking good.
Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I'm with my boy, my broski, Kai. Kai, how are you, man?
I am doing all right, man.
All
It was
good
a
in the
win.
hood.
Wasn't a sexy win, but it's a win. So we'll take it. 3 points is what matters at the end of the day, and yeah,
We
that's
move
pretty
on.
much it.
Yeah, so as Kai said there, we're going to review and go through the game. We're also going to be doing player ratings. I want you as viewers to get your ratings in as we go through the players. Yeah, look, listen, let's quickly just jump into the game. I mean, for me personally, it wasn't the greatest of performances. We look the same as we have been the last 4 to 5 games, plus too slow on the ball, too static, don't move the ball quick enough. We're always passing it to the wings, whipping the balls in, hoping Giroud will get on the end of them and hopefully score. There's no other ideas in terms of creativity as a team. And overall, Mason Mount kind of saved us at the end, to be honest, with that goal. If he didn't do that, we probably would have drawn that game against a 10-man Fulham team, which is not good. Kai, what was your views of it, mate?
I think we just were very, very, very poor, man. I think if they didn't get a red card, I didn't see us winning that game. But when there is a will, there's a way. So at the end of the day, I was happy we won, but I just felt like there was no really anyone who stood out, like
Yeah.
being played well. Although Mount got the goal, I felt like the whole midfield was kind of poor. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, it doesn't feel like a win. I don't feel like we just won. Like, yeah, when I look at the board, we got 3 points, but is it satisfying? Like, is it like kind of encouraging as a Chelsea fan seeing that performance against 10 men and barely scrapping through? I don't know, man. For me, it doesn't.
It's getting to the point where I don't know what to say. The performances are continuing to have the same sort of manner each and individual game, and there's not even like that little, like when you watch one game and you think, oh wow, we actually moved the ball quite well today, or the link play was good, or we defended well. Like there was nothing that I could really sit there and say we did very well in. Do you know what I mean? And that's the worry. I think that as Chelsea fans, we've got to be worried that we're not kicking on. The players are not understanding, and they're not getting they're not obviously comfortable in the formation. Lampard's still ignorant in terms of wanting to stick with the 4-3-3, and it's just definitely not working. It's not getting the best out of our players. I wanted to see Gilmore today. Strip Bear just said it here right now. Gilmore, CDM, Mount plays off him. Yeah, look, Mason Mount had a good game today. I thought he wasn't the worst of the bad bunch. I thought he actually got about out of all the midfielders, I thought he was the most influential. What was your thoughts on Mason Mount, Kai?
I think he was all right. But like I said, I wasn't really impressed with any player individually. Like other than the goal, he did misplace a lot of passes. He did give the ball away, but I don't know. It's very difficult to praise like anybody in that team performance because we were playing against 10 men for the majority. We were playing against 11 in the beginning, and we played just as well as we did against 10. So I just wasn't encouraged from it, man. I don't know what I can say, man.
Did you notice the switch of formation when he took Jorginho off and put Tammy up front?
But we still played the exact same way, so I didn't see what's the point of it.
But did it make you happy seeing him actually try and do something a little bit different rather than just take Giroud on and put Tammy on and just do like a same sort of switch?
Yeah, but it looked like they just tried it out now for the first time. I didn't think like they were practicing it in the training ground. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it was practiced.
No, and then obviously Timo Werner came on and he missed an absolute sitter. Yeah. I mean, again, we keep as Chelsea fans we defend him massively. Can we defend him for that? Really?
Not really. I can't defend him. The same thing with the Tammy header that was straight to the goalkeeper. Same thing with the Giroud shot that was just like 2 centimeters away from the goal that went out. Just today, it's just uninspiring, man. No, the whole attack. Pulisic was just running for the sake of running as well, man. So
Yeah,
I don't know what to
exactly.
say.
Exactly. Pulisic looked very. He just don't look the same, does he? Doesn't look like the Pulisic we had last season. Again, Cho came on. Obviously, again influenced the game. He was getting down, getting down the wing, making good crosses, taking players on, and should have got to be honest, should have actually got a bit of a what's the
Start.
word? Yeah, he should have got a start, but he should have actually been congratulated in terms of the goal as well. When you think about it,
Yeah.
But I don't know, mate. I don't know. Right. So what we're gonna do, viewers, 17 of you here at the moment. We're gonna do a player rating. We're gonna go through each player. Me and Kai are gonna give our reasons, our rating, and then our reasons as to why. Why? In the chat, if you guys can give us your views as well, and we'll bring them up and discuss it between us. So, Mendy, Kai, what are we giving him?
Stupid effing mistakes, man. This guy just like reminds me of a taller Kepa nowadays. I'm really getting worried. Like that early pass that he Aspilicueta gave him, and he almost cost us the game. He needs to wake the fuck up, because we are like I'm starting to lose patience with the mistakes. For me, if someone would tell me spend 80 million on Rice, or spend add another 20 against this All Black, I would get All Black in a heartbeat, man. Honestly, like, I think that goalkeeper position need to be sorted once and for all. Enough with this gap fillers.
Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I hear you. He's definitely. I mean, the one that got me the most, Danny boy. How you doing? You all right? You good?
Good, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, the one. Yeah, not bad, bro. Just obviously going through the ratings at the moment. We will come back to it. I will get your thoughts at the end of the ratings about the game. But yeah, I'm talking about Mendy at the moment. Obviously, that thing what he did with Aspie when he came out, and it was completely misread. I don't know why he came out so far, and then Aspie like, knocked it around him. It was scary. But Danny boy, what's your rating of Mendy? 1 out of 10.
I think he didn't really have a lot to do. I think, yeah, I think people saying he's a 4 or 3 because of he came out for that thing with Aspilicueta. I think they're stretching it. I mean, like, he made a decision to come out because he wanted to take the ball, but then Aspilicueta obviously didn't see him coming and wanted to play it back to him. So it was just miscommunication.
Yeah, what are you giving him?
So I give him a 5. Like, it was just nothing to do.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, to be honest, after they got the red card, they didn't really attack much, did they? To be fair, especially in the second half, it was just them pinned in and us trying to break it down, which we didn't do very well. So I'm going to give him a 5 as well. I don't think he done much wrong. The only thing that I thought he should have done better is with that situation where he came out. I think he should have just stayed on his line. I don't know why he did it. Why come out? Wait, like the ball got knocked around him. What if they would have scored from that? Who would have got the blame for that? Who would have got the blame for that? It would have been him. He would have got the blame for that. So at the end of the day, he needs to. I said this about Mendy because when we signed him, I done a little bit of. I don't know if you know. Do you know Newman? Newman, the Chelsea fan.
Yeah. The guy who does that analytical stuff.
Yeah, he put up a video of Mendy because obviously I didn't know anything about him, and he showed what the positives were and what the negatives were. One of the negatives that he brought up of Mendy was that he's judgment. He's got really bad judgment. Like like one-on-ones, he doesn't make the right choice and things like that. And I feel like that was a good example of what he spoke about there. But moving on, Kai, Chilwell.
Chilwell for me lately have been. We're seeing the latest form from him under like when he was at Leicester. Nowadays, he's been underwhelming, man, since he came back from that injury. But again, taking into consideration that injury as well as the fact that Lampard doesn't really rotate him, I would give him a 6. But I wasn't really impressed with him, to be honest. Lately as well.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, Danny boy.
I think I disagree a bit with Kai's assessment of Chilwell. I think Chilwell, obviously, remember he got injured. I think it was in the Villa game, and he hasn't really had the opportunity, like the same flow of games in it. Like, didn't play in the Morecambe game. He was kind of poor in the Arsenal game where he shouldn't have come straight back into the team after that game. So yeah, I think today, I think today what it was is he just didn't take risks. But when Hudson-Odoi came on, if you remember, the goal actually came from his cross into the box. His cross, the keeper parried it out. Mason Mount shoots it in. So I think he wasn't outstanding, but he wasn't like there wasn't anything wrong with his performance. If anything, I just wanted him to maybe take a bit more risks in terms of pushing the opposing team's wingers back and keeping their fullbacks humble. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'd give him, 6.5. He wasn't a 7, but I don't think he was a 6. Like 6.5 seems reasonable.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a 4.5.
Really?
I just don't think he's. I don't know what it is. I mean, he wasn't bad, but he just wasn't great. I just expect more from him. We bought him for like 50 odd million from Leicester. Yeah, it's meant to be a big difference from what we had in terms of Alonso and Emerson. And there is. Don't get me wrong. He can defend better. He can read things a bit better. But it frustrates me when he gets to the other end of the pitch and he goes to. And I saw it a number of times today. His crossing was poor. Other than the goal, he kept missing the guy. It wasn't even clearing the first defender, and it was constantly happening every time. He's a left back. Do you know what I mean? He should be good at getting the balls in there, contributing. Do you know what I mean?
The only thing is, that I have with that is that what you need to remember with the way that we play is that we play in a way where our fullbacks are crossing it like 10, 15 times a game. And for me, when you're asking someone to cross and they're not, it's not like we're in dangerous positions. How many times did we get into a position where Chilwell crossed the ball from which the goal came from? We were crossing from much deeper positions. Do you get what I'm saying? If you get Chilwell to overlap, a bit like when Ashley Cole was at the club, it was all about overlapping crosses, not crosses coming in from like David Beckham type areas. That's the reason why it's a bit. I think it's just a bit unfair on Chilwell, even Aspilicueta as well. Like these guys want to overlap. It's
He's not the British Dabacosta. That's offensive, mate.
Yeah, Dabacosta. Can't believe we used to have that guy, man. Jesus fucking Christ. We made some mistakes.
Remember that goal he scored? That was outside.
Against I think it was against Roma. Was it against Roma? Champions League or Europa League, one of them anyway. But
I have a metaphor for Zappacosta, but Jim, I don't want you to get demonetized, man. So.
keep it yourself, Kai. Ashley Cole's the reason we signed him. I believe what Ashley Cole says than anyone else. Is that true? I didn't know that was true, to be honest.
No, Ashley Cole was the one who gave the go ahead, didn't it?
Okay, moving on. Mr. Silva, Kai.
I thought he was all right. He only made like one mistake the whole game. I'd give him a 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much really to say about Silva's performances really when he plays. I mean, Dan, what do you think? Yeah,
he was our best defender. I mean, what he does is he plays that ball inside. That quick zippy ball into our forward players. Like there was one where in the first half that he played to Aspilicueta that almost led to a goal. Like it was a quick zippy ball out wide, created a lot of space, and defensively, apart from that one move where Cavallero should have scored, where Lukeman like backheeled it through his legs, he didn't really make a mistake. So 7. I'd give him a 7.
I agree. I think he was solid. I mean, he didn't have to do much really. But overall, I thought, when he did have to get involved and keep them organised, he got the job done. And there's not really much more to say about Silva because he's always set such high standards. You know what I mean? He always tends to always hit them. He's just a good defender. Even at 36, he's still such a good defender.
Very good defender, man. Saying he's a good defender is not enough for me. He's very good.
Very good. Very good.
He is the reason that Rudiger and to some extent Zuma are looking this good. Because if you remember when we paired them with each other, holy shit, let's just go back to that. Let's just not go back to that. Let's just move on. Man.
Rudiger, Kai, tell me, what do you think? Obviously, he came in for Zuma. It didn't make no sense why Zuma was on the bench today, really. But what do you think?
Looking at Rudiger reminds me why we wanted to sell him. Like, he's just an average defender, man. He's nothing special. He's just, for me, I would give him a 5. I just don't see what he did. Yeah, he made a mistake that the defender did like a keepy up above his head, man. Like, that's fucking embarrassing. So
he nearly scored that as well, didn't he? To be fair, he nearly soroed as well, didn't he? With that header, if he'd have scored that.
But I'm judging him on his defending. I wasn't really kind of comfortable when he was, against like the strikers or whatever.
Yeah. I hear that. Dan?
5.5.
Yeah, I mean, again, today's problems wasn't with the defense, innit? I think it's a bit unfair on Rudy. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think he, like in other games, Rudiger's always the man in the light. Like he always does something to catch your attention. I think the attention wasn't on him today, which is good because the defender shouldn't be clamoring for attention. So I think he was okay. Like he was fine. Like he was a 6. He wasn't bad. He wasn't outstanding. He was fine. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Prime with his new jumper, looking good, bro. Other than green, he looks
Ooh.
good. Prime.
He's getting that Manscaped money, man.
Yeah. Prime. We're on to Rudiger. What would you give him out of 10, mate? You're
Okay.
muted. I can't hear you. Okay. In that case, we move on. Yeah, for me, Rudiger was a 5, 4, 5. I don't really care. You can call one or the other. Like he had that one good header, which he was unlucky to, not score. There's not much to really say. Really, I don't think he's the greatest. I don't think he's the greatest defender we've got. I think Zuma's definitely better than him. He's obviously, for me, he's better than Christensen in my eyes. He's on level par with him. But
Rudiger was basically just wheat bread, man. He's not very good, but when you put something besides him, he just comes out okay. That's just basically what he is, man.
Yeah, no, I hear you. All right, so let's move on. This guy, I mean, Kai, what do you want to say about this guy?
Oh, Aspie. Oof. I love Aspie, man. I love him. I love your Aspie. You're a legend at this club, but my guy, you look like you haven't played for a while now. The amount of misplaced passes, the way he gets beaten by the wingers. They had like the B-Tech Sane in there, man, and he was basically playing with him. So for me, Aspilicueta has been okay, but you can see that he hasn't played in a long time. I'd give him a 6.
Danny?
He was our worst defender.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's why I said the rating of Rudiger being a 5 was a bit harsh because
5.5. I said 5.5.
Fair enough. Jem said 5-4, whatever.
Yeah.
No. As he was a 4, like he was below average, below his usual standards. He was getting beat easily, and Aspie in like not being able to attack effectively as a fullback, what he normally gives you is defensive assurance, and I felt nervous every time they attacked him. Like it's like he was, remember beginning of last season when teams were targeting Aspie, it felt like that Aspilicueta. So yeah, he was a 4. He was poor today.
Don't you think that's due to the fact that he rarely played this season, and he looks like he's lacking match sharpness, man?
Yeah, but I mean, there's players who can't get games. When you perform is when you're asked to come in and do a job. That's Aspilicueta. He's at that stage in his career now. He needs to come in and do a job. Don't be surprised, Leicester. Reece James is coming straight back into that team.
Oh yeah, of course he is. And Zuma as well. I think they both will be back for that game, 1,000,001%. Prime, can you hear us now? Can you talk?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Cool. Yeah, we can hear you. Aspie.
Yeah, you guys are right. We know what Aspie is like when he's playing, and he's so consistent. But because he hasn't got a run of games due to Reece playing, he just looks slow and sluggish to me. I don't think it's an age thing. It's just lack of match sharpness. But yeah, 6. He was average.
6, yeah. I think that's quite good for him, to be honest.
But again, it wasn't for a lack of trying. It wasn't like he wasn't trying to do anything. It's just a lack of sharpness for me.
Yeah, same thing with me. That's the only reason.
I'm going to be quite brutal then. I'm going to say 2.5.
2.5. Gee.
I think he was. We
shit. Didn't concede, Jim.
Yeah, he didn't. We didn't. But he frustrates me, and it's not his fault. But he gets down the wing, and we ask him to provide crosses in the box, and he can't do that. It's just not his game. Like, and
Is that then is due to Lampard?
no, you say that. Maybe, yeah, but
Because the type of player Ziyech is, he needs someone to overlap him because he's not a winger that can hug the touchline and be putting crosses from that side. So
I just thought
you
he was so
needed to play
poor.
Callum. You needed to play Callum on that right hand side to do that crossing work, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. But I'm sure this is spelt wrong, by the way. So just don't hold me to it.
It is spelled wrong, but you don't really care for the player anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I don't really like him. So
You spell it like you would a rhino, man. You just remove the G in there. And
what's
it's a
his
rhino.
name? How do you spell it? Tell me quickly.
Jorginho, Jorginho. Jorginho.
Okay.
Does it fucking matter though? We know who we're talking about.
All right, go on. Let's go. Anyway, Kai, tell me.
I would give him a 6. I don't think he was bad. I think it's some part of the game he was actually all right. He kept the ball okay. I don't think he was bad. I think he was okay. 6. Nothing impressive, but nothing bad. 6.
Fair enough. Dan?
I thought he was dead. I disagree with Kai again. I think he was dead. Like, I think he sideways, backwards.
But that's our style. That's how we always do, though. Even when we have other players there.
And that's granted. I'm judging him based on whether I thought he was effective to the team, not whether he did what I know he does. Do you know what I'm saying? Do I think he was? Because there's days Jorginho is very, very effective. Like, we've seen him be effective. We know when he plays well, when he's had an effect on the team. The problem with Jorginho is if Jorginho isn't being effective, like if you can't see clearly that he's playing well, he's more often than not playing well. Do you know what I'm saying? I think
that due to him, because we know Jorginho's a system player. We know that,
of course.
We know about his deficiencies, and I'm someone who keeps saying when you have players that are luxury players or they have obvious deficiencies, you have to mask them in order to get the best out of them. We don't do that with Jorginho, so I can't always just blame him.
I'd rather mask him on the bench, man. To be honest.
Yeah, I agree. He shouldn't be nowhere near that team.
And on top of that, these are player ratings. This isn't whether Lampard is utilizing him well.
No, it's just about today's game. Yeah,
bro. When Werner was playing poor on the wing, as much as we were saying Lampard, you shouldn't be playing him on the wing, we were still judging Werner's performances as Werner's performances. Do you know what I'm saying? And
I am judging his performance, but again, for me, it's a team game, and you as a team, you play to your strengths and you mask each other's weaknesses. If you're not doing that as a team, of course you're going to play bad.
So are you going to? Sorry, just to end it, just to be quick.
Go on.
Jorginho 3, just based on what I believe his performance wasn't great. I think he was ineffective. Yeah. But the question then to Prem before he gives his rating is, you can't give, or what are you going to give a rating based on the team? Like, I don't really understand. Like, you're just going to give a rating based
on the player. Yeah, I think he was average today, 6.
Yes, that's what I said. I don't think it was bad.
It's, as much as people are trying to be reactionary and stuff, we won the game today against a Fulham team who were determined and were fighting.
With 10 men. With 10 men. No, don't even start. With 10 men. No. We were just as bad with 11.
I'm not part of the people who scapegoat Jorginho, by the way. I understand Jorginho's role and where he should play and how he should be played. But we didn't win that game with Jorginho on the pitch. We won him when he was off the pitch. And then on top of that, giving him a 6 is kind beyond like.
I'm a kind guy, Daniel.
For me, it's the thing that we won, and for me, it's the thing that we won, and he didn't. I don't think he didn't make any mistakes or anything that cost us the game. I don't think he had. I don't think it was a poor performance. Just average.
There's no way on earth.
Let's move on. I'm going to give mine short and sweet 1. Because I just don't think he's. I don't think he's effective enough.
Jeez, he just showed up, so I gave him a 1.
He doesn't. He's not good with the ball. Every time he's got the ball, he still doesn't do what people say he does with the ball. He goes sideways and backwards too much. He never looks forward, and it doesn't suit this formation. Until we change the formation, he's going to.
May I ask a question? Why do you think you say he goes sideways and backwards and stuff? Why do you think he does that? What? Okay, what do you think going sideways and backwards means?
Do you mean what do I think that means? That means getting the ball and going sideways and backwards when instead of going forwards with it. Why? That's a silly question to ask me.
No,
gonna be
it's
a long
not.
night, man.
No, it's not a silly question because you sometimes there's a reason why you go sideways and backwards is a simplistic way
Oh,
to
Prime,
use it.
stop
But
sticking up for him. He does it too much.
No. I'm not. No, because people kind of say the same thing about Kovacic and other players. The reason why I say that is because sometimes you just have to keep possession and retain the ball. You have to recycle it.
What? Every blimmin' minute you get the ball, never look forward,
Yeah,
go backwards,
exactly.
go sideways. It doesn't ever look positive.
And
with the
prime
ball.
on like, even though I'm not trying to be as harsh, but at the end of the day, what it comes down to is I understand when you need to play the ball sideways. Like you need to recycle the ball. Sometimes the ball's not on. You just want to build up play. You want to keep the ball ticking and that. But then there needs to be a penetrative pass at times. A bit like the problem Arsenal fans have with Xhaka. That's the problem that I sometimes have with Jorginho.
Boys, I can we move on from it because we've got we've got so many other players to get through. Kai and Mount.
I thought other than the goal, he was all right. I wasn't really impressed with him. 6.5 to 7. 7. I'll give him a 7 because he did score a nice goal. 7.
7. Dan, Dan, what are you saying?
Other than Cho, our best player, I give him an 8. I think he played well. Energy, everything that we want him to bring, he brought today. I mean, he played well, man. Can't knock the kid. Played well.
No, 7 for me is good, man. 7 for me is good. 7 for me is you did your job, man.
That is. I got to give that. If Kai's giving you that, then you got to take it, man. Run with it as well when he gives it to you. Literally run.
Might change my mind, you know.
Prime, Mount.
Don't do a David, man. Be objective.
Not his best performance, but he did enough, and he also got the goal. And 7.5.
7.5.
For me, I think this was just an average performance from everybody today.
I think that's good. Good rating.
Average. Nah, for me the performance was shite, man. Average.
Yeah, but in terms of the fact of we still got the win, whether it was brilliant or poor, we still got the win anyway.
But let me just say something now. If we play like that against Leicester, we are losing. There's no way in hell.
They're winning now. Actually, they're winning now against Southampton, who's a team that's very difficult to beat.
I'm just going to read one of these chats quickly. Daniel says Mason Mount created 7 chances for Chelsea versus Fulham. No blue player has created more in the Premier League away game across the past 5 seasons. Another sensational display.
How many did he create? 7.
Yes, apparently, yeah. All right, boys. We've got a non-Chelsea fan coming in, but is a man that talks a lot of sense, and I've got a lot of time for. It's my boy Danny Devil in the details.
Danny.
What are you saying, bro?
What's going on, people, man? You know what's crazy? I click the link, I tune in, and the first thing I hear is Prime asking a question.
Oh,
Like
he does
Prime
it. You know,
does.
he's
Prime.
Wait,
Prime.
what question did I ask?
Prime's the only person to ask. So, like, what does daylight mean? That's Prime.
yeah. That is it.
You make me laugh,
Danny,
man.
Danny, that's why you love me, though.
we're just doing player ratings at the moment. You
Yeah,
watched
I'll
the game,
show-
I'm assuming, didn't you?
No, I'll let you guys do the player ratings, and then I'll.
No, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it as well. Mason Mount, how do you think he performed today out of 10? Think he played well?
You know what? Let me be clear. I don't watch player ratings because I think the way YouTubers do them in general is just a load of trash. It's a load of bullshit. Like, honestly, like, for me, for someone to get a 3 or a 4, I haven't seen what you guys. I'm not saying you guys. I don't see what you've given. But when I see 3s and 4s and 5s, I'm just like,
They just showed up.
like, a player that gets a red card should get like a 1 out of 10 or a 3 or depending on what he did before. But generally speaking, I'd give Matt like a 6.5, maybe a 7 because he got the goal.
Yeah,
Cool.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing.
And guess what? That doesn't mean like he had a great game. It's just like 7 is very average.
Thank
There's
you.
a big gap between 7 and 10. Big
Yeah,
gap.
of course there is. Of course there is. I don't think none of us are sitting here saying 10s or 9s or I've been quite harsh on Jorginho and giving him a 1, but that's because I just think he's effective.
It's because you hate Jorginho.
Can you rate Jorginho, please, for me, Danny?
Yeah, 5. He didn't do anything. That's all. But he didn't do anything bad. So it's just a 5.
I said
I give him a
5.
6. I give him a 6.
That's fair enough. Let's move on quickly because we want to speed up. Kovacic, Kaya, tell me.
I feel he was a 6.5. He had a lot of good anticipation, but sometimes he would just lose the ball in stupid areas. You can see that he's not that he could do with a little bit more game time. But 6.5, he wasn't that bad, but he wasn't that good at the same time. 6.5.
Fair enough, bro. Danny boy.
Yeah, he was a 5. He's been poor this season, man. Let's be honest. He was our player of the year last year. Obviously, maybe it is down to
Playtime.
not having game time and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we just have to judge his performance. And I mean, he didn't do anything bad, or he didn't do anything good either. So it was just an average performance. 5.
I hear you, bro. Prime.
Yeah, 6.5. 6. He didn't really do much, but again, average. I think a lot of our players today, everyone was average, really, barring Callum when he came on. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, what do you think, bro? Dan, what are you thinking?
Just a 6, because I think you could argue you could give Mason Mount a 6.5, even though he scored. So I'll give Kovacic a 6.
Fair enough. I'm going to give him a 5. I think he was wasteful with the ball. When he takes one of Kovacic's strengths is getting the ball driving, but it's just not the releasing element. It seems like he gets to a position like the good example. It was Timo Werner. He does that beautiful run, and he's got Werner to the left, screaming for it, and he plays the ball into him, and it's so over par. Like it's just.
But that's the weakness of his game.
Yes, that's what gets me.
I personally, as a United fan, I don't judge Kovacic on his ability to break lines running with the ball. That's default. He does that on his worst day. Is there a pass at the end of it? Is what you need to measure him by. So that's fair.
Look at, yeah. No, that's fair enough. Kai Pulisic.
The thing is, I'm kind of sad about Pulisic because he's like one of my favorite players in the Chelsea team, and this season I don't know what it is, man. He's just been so underwhelming, man. So I don't know how he started over Adoy, man. I honestly don't, and I rate him higher than Adoy, but just this season as a whole, he was 6. Today he was 6. Just I don't know. He needs to be dropped, man. He needs to be dropped.
I hear you. Dan.
Wait, did you give a rating, Kai? What did you?
6.
6.
Because he did make some good runs, but that's pretty much it.
I think he was a 5. Yeah, 5. Yeah. The thing about Pulisic is someone who affects the game by his output. So when he's not creating chances or scoring or assisting, he hasn't really done much in the game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, what was the most notable thing that Pulisic did in that game? I remember him taking on, like, finally beating his man in like the 90th minute, but that's the last time I remember him beating his man. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think, it was quite average, man. It was quite average, borderline poor, really. So yeah, 4, 5, yeah.
Fair enough, bro. Prime.
6. Again, I just think everyone was just average. So
yeah. Is it clear? Is it easy just for us all to say 6 for everyone that's left? I'm talking about Giroud, Ziyech, Werner.
Giroud, Werner, and Tammy, all 5s for me. I'll miss sitters. Giving them a 6 is too kind. They all were crap today.
I can't believe Tammy ducked that cross. I still can't
There
believe
you
he
go.
ducked it.
Fuck it, I'm going to shoot my do that.
Literally,
You know, you have to watch something back on a replay to be like, nah, I must have got it wrong. It must have been way too high.
Yeah.
And then I see, I'm
Danny
like, no,
does that all the time.
if he anticipated it and leaped, he would have been coming onto it. He would have met it well, actually.
Yeah.
So that was just a weird decision from him.
All right, let's just speed it up, innit? Let's just get through this. What about Ziyech? Is it again a 6 for everyone?
6, same as Pulisic. I would even argue a 5.5, but
Jem, I think you were right.
don't
Just
think
give
it's
everyone 5.5. So I don't think
Yeah,
we're
it's
try.
I don't think any of
it's
us were
that
good.
one.
Yeah.
It's hard to sit here and talk about players on different because everyone was just the same, other than for me, Mason Mount is the only one that I thought probably because he scored.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
no, Adoy. I had to argue with Adoy.
And Aspie and Jorginho were worse. And Adoy, what? An 8, 7, 8 maybe for when he came on?
I give Mount a 7.5. I'd give Adoy an 8 because he's been saving our asses for the last 4 or 5 games, and he still can get a game to save his life, man.
Dan, what do you think, bro? Because you love a bit of Cho, didn't you? So tell me.
Facts, man.
Came on, got 7.5. I think is fine.
7.5.
Yeah, because he came on late. He did what he had to do, but I wouldn't say an 8. An 8 is someone who's played most of the game and did bits, like for me. So that 7.5 is cool.
But that even begs the question, because I'd even argue that he did bits when he came on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, he
made
did, but like he did bits in half an hour of football, not over 90 minutes. So I can't give more than you'd have to come on and score a hat trick to get more than a 7.5 from me. Like just me though.
No, that's fair enough, innit? Fair enough. I think on the balance of play, and especially how I do my ratings, I think I'd give him an 8 in it, just because of what he provided when he came on, how much of a difference he was to everyone else. And if you're saying that every guy who was average got a 6, I need to have 2 numbers clear of Hudson-Odoi, not 1 number. So
that makes sense, to be fair.
How long do you
Fair
think
enough.
he's going to stay there when we mistreat him the way that we do, and before he tells Lampard to fuck off? Or do you
I've
think
got a
Lampard is
deeper
going to
question,
do
Kai.
the
I've got a
same thing
deeper
with
question.
Tamori as well? Because the Tamori thing really pisses me off.
I got
I
a
do
deeper
rate the kid.
question for you, for all of you Chelsea fans. At the start of the season, I looked at Cho and I thought, you know what, he's not aggressive enough. That's changed.
Yeah.
You know when
he's pressing now.
when someone challenges a young player to be more decisive, to be more aggressive,
Yes.
show me your talent,
Yeah.
and he meets that challenge, and you still don't play him.
Yeah.
What do you guys? Why isn't Lampard playing him? What is it that you guys could possibly imagine or possibly see? What's going through his mind? Like, I can't start this guy ahead of Ziyech or Pulisic.
Well, I've
My
already
theory. Yeah. Well, go ahead, then. Go ahead.
Go on. Who wants to start?
just to be quick and concise about it, because I'm even tired of speaking about it. I'm kind of over it now in terms of Lampard and his reasoning in terms of maybe lineups and things like that. But he's just a liar, innit? Like, he's a liar.
Yeah, he is. He's
And
a liar.
I'm disappointed really, because
Wow.
when I look at it, he's really like he's lied to the Chelsea fan base. Look, I mean, coming out and saying as recently as yesterday in the press
It's
conference,
about
saying,
did you see what he said at the Tamori thing?
forget the Tomori thing. That's, you know me, I've already left that. I've put that at the back of my mind. The Sterling Rashford comparison, saying that he needs to improve his end products. It's BS, man. It's nonsense, because Sterling and Rashford didn't eat off of dirty minutes, garbage minutes. They played week in, week out, good quality minutes, like good quality football minutes. Sterling played in a Liverpool team for how long, went to City and carried on playing. Rashford came into the side and was playing consistently. When has Cho had a consistent run of games, consistent run of minutes in the side? It seems like every single time he gets minutes in the team, it's based off of either pressure from the fans, even when we've had injuries, he can't get a game. Like, it doesn't make sense. It honestly doesn't make sense. And him coming out today, even after post-match, saying Cho was unlucky not to start, it just shows, when I was saying for weeks saying meritocracy was BS, that he doesn't go by that, even though he's saying it. Like, everyone was a bit on the fence about it. Like, maybe let's see what he does. Bro, there was no excuse not to start Hudson-Odoi today. No excuse. Because last point, because of all that stuff about he was thinking about the Leicester game, nonsense. Because Mount, Chilwell, a lot of guys are going to play both games.
Yeah.
Can I just respond to that and say,
Go on, then.
Rashford didn't get games. He was a sub. He was a constant sub, and it annoyed United fans. Just wanted to just to throw that in.
No, but
I hear that.
what I'm saying is about Rashford, though, is Rashford worked his way into the team, and eventually he started starting. No one can dispute the fact that it was clear. Maybe even if you want to say,
do you know what I would say? Do you know what I'd say?
Dan,
Sorry, my bro. No, let me just
go on.
What I would say is this: it's more criminal with Frank Lampard, because there was no really, you couldn't really say there was anybody that was doing bits ahead of Rashford.
Exactly.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference for me. That's why I'm baffled by it. Because at the start of the season, it made sense to me, because I'd see Cho come on and I'm like, bro, you're not aggressive enough. He doesn't want to play you. He clearly doesn't want to play you. When you get on, you're not aggressive. Now, I've seen that change. I'm just like, why hasn't Lampard seen that? Why is he not rewarding that?
Do you know what I thought it was at the beginning when he wasn't playing? I genuinely thought at the beginning it had to be something to do with protecting him in terms of injury. And then I thought, was it because in his eyes, he just thought Pulisic, and now he's got Ziyech in and out of better players, and he was just going to play them and not play Cho. And look, this is the first season Cho has been as good as he is in my eyes, like consistently, because throughout the past seasons where he's been given opportunities to play for Chelsea, when the Eden Hazards and that were around, he didn't solidify his position. He just didn't. It didn't work. But he's now showing improvements as an individual, going into this year, and every time he's called upon, he's putting in the performances. Lampard's still going against that. Whatever the reasons are, we don't know. It's an unusual one. But then it's the same thing that we've got with Tomori, because Tomori was Lampard's at Derby. He brings him here, and all of a sudden he doesn't play him ever again. Like it doesn't. Nothing's making sense about some of the things he's doing.
But if you actually put like 1 + 1 together, it reminds me of the same thing that happened to Alonso as well. He was picking Alonso until Alonso did or said something he doesn't like, and he just cut him off the team altogether. And apparently it happened the same thing with Tomori. There's a lot of rumor coming out with the Athletics that he had a fallout with Tomori. And what really pisses me off is the fact that he lies to us fans. He's like, oh yeah, Tomori is going on loan to AC Milan, but he still have a future with us. If he has a future, why do you give him a £26.5 million buyback, which is super fucking cheap? That is a price that is affordable. If he goes and he has a good season, that's it. He's released from his contract. Why would you lie to us like we don't have like that information like provided to us by the journalist? It's just the same thing with Adoy. He just tells Adoy is not ready. Adoy is not ready. He says, he came back from injury. Literally, Chilwell and Reece were injured. The week after he played them, they got injured again. So you can't use the excuse of injury with one player and just not apply it to the other. I'm just tired of like. It's not just the fact that the things are not working out. It's his stubbornness. It's the fact that he pushes some players where he hugs and shows support to the ones that are actually failing. And for me, it's reached a point where I'm like, I don't even enjoy watching Chelsea anymore, man, because I just feel like we're being played by a 6-year-old on a PlayStation who just collide the players together when they run. There is no it doesn't make any sense to me.
My next question was going to be Lampard, and I'm not basing Lampard's. This rating is not based upon Lampard overall. This is just on this game, and it's going to be on obviously his substitutions. The fact that he did change it, took Jorginho off, put Tammy on, changed the formation, something he hasn't been doing. He's been very the opposite, and just been doing the sort of like-to-likes replacements. So I mean. Kai, what do you feel with Lampard? How do you think in terms of rating today?
Yeah, but what's the point taking a player out and putting a player in if you're gonna play the exact same fucking way? What's the point? Sorry for cussing, but what's the point? I get it. Like you change, but we didn't change the way that we play. We still played the same thing. We still played the same crossing game that didn't work before. We're still not utilizing the midfield. We were playing the same thing. We just changed the formation, and it didn't work. Can you really tell me we got the goal because we changed the formation, or can you tell me just because we were playing against 10 men? Because other than the goal against the 11 and the 10, we played the exact same way. I wasn't impressed with anything.
I think playing against 10 men worked against you actually.
which is
as well. No, that's true. I agree with that. I do. It made it a lot harder.
I can't give him anything. Yeah, I can't give anything more than a 5. I just think it highlights his
I hear you. Chelsea. We have to say Danny, but I'm going to say Chelsea Danny because we've got 2 Dannys here, haven't we? So Chelsea Danny.
Yeah, we're a dead team, man. I mean, I was watching it with my cousin and my brother today. Dead. Game was dead. We were poor. Lampard, no sideways, backwards, cross, repeat. Sideways, backwards, cross, repeat. Don't do anything different. I mean, yeah, look, you can give him credit for the in-game management with changing it to like going 2 up front, but he was kind of forced to do that. Would you say if it was 0-0 and they had 11 men on the pitch that he would have done that? I don't think so. I don't think he would have done that. So like his hand was kind of forced to do that. Like if he didn't, I was even worried. I thought he was even going to do a like for like change and bring on Tammy and take off Giroud. I literally thought that's what the change was going to be like. Yeah. So for me, I don't even know anymore with him, man. I've already said, look, I don't do the Lampard in and out stuff, but is he the guy to take us to the league or win us stuff? Nah, he's not, man. I don't even think we win a trophy under him, if I'm honest. But yeah, based on today, like 4, like 3, I don't know, 4, 5. 5, do you know what 5?
3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1.
5, yeah. 5.
Prime.
Lampard.
Don't ask a question, Prime.
No, exactly.
I've got a question.
He's thinking for a question.
I've got a question. This determines my.
I knew it.
This determines my rating. When when he brought on like Tammy and Werner and stuff,
You
what
can't just answer a
formation-
question with a
what-
question, Prime. Like, what do you do in tests?
I can. That is quite literally how I start off my answers in tests. Anyway,
Jesus.
what formation were we playing near the end of the game? May I ask?
4-3-3.
4-3-3.
Okay, it didn't look like that, but whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
Lampard's
know.
4-3-3.
I don't know. 6 average.
Nah,
6.
6. I don't know. 6 is too kind, Prime.
Right, that's fair enough.
But the thing is, we won the games. I can't kill him, can I?
Yeah, but we won at 1-0 against 10-man Fulham, man.
You can, but we won the game. I can't kill him.
You're gonna tell me the real
Alright,
score later on DMs on
fine.
Instagram, man. All right.
Boys, save it. Danny, what do you think of Lampard so far?
I want to give him a 5, but I'll give him a half because he made the sub. That made a difference to you guys winning the game. And he kept my favourite Chelsea player, Mason Mount, on the pitch. So he gets that half.
Do you
from
actually
me.
like Mason Mount? Or are you just saying that?
I'm taking the piss, mate. I'm taking
Yeah.
the piss. No, I think you know what it is? I think he's a good player. I think Chelsea fans give him far too much stick, though. Like, in my
No, I
opinion,
think what the problem is that with Mason Mount, I've said it already. Look, there's nothing wrong with Mason Mount. Mason Mount's a good player. Like, there's nothing wrong with him starting. The only problem is when he is rather than being treated as another cog to the system, he's being treated as the main man to the system. So I think that's the problem, and that's why he receives so much stick, because we've gone from Hazard being our main man to Mason Mount being our main man. Look, if the manager sees Mason Mount as his main man, then by all means, look, do what you need to do to keep yourself in the job, if that's what you think. But when you're playing Mason Mount at the expense of other players who deserve to play, obviously not so much now anyway, but when that used to happen, then there was a serious problem. So yeah.
No, I think about the Mount situation is I think he's a good player as well, but I just think if our system was working, then I understand that he is undroppable. But the reality is we are getting destroyed in midfield. Actually, we rarely even utilize our midfield to actually create chances. So I just think, like, you know, I don't see like why is our heavy reliant on a guy if we're not even like we're rarely winning games. I think we should try the whole thing, like just scrap the whole thing and try to start over. You know,
My
we're
next
in a
big
form
question.
where it's scary, man.
My
For
next
me,
big question.
it's scary, man.
My next big question to you guys, it's talking in general now, not about the game, just overall. What do you think Lampard needs to do to get this team and these bunch of players playing well? What does he need to do? What is it specifically you want to see him do?
Gain 10 years of experience.
Yeah.
But he can't do that, unfortunately. So if we're stuck with him till the end of the season, what do you want to see from him? What are we moaning about so much that we want him to do? So at least we can say, hey, he's doing what we want. Yay. And then if it goes wrong, then do you know what I mean?
First of all, change that fucking 4-3-3, man. That's the first thing. It's not working.
Be tactically adept.
Yeah, good luck flicking the switch on that happy, mate.
Remember, that's what, Jem, remember that's what I kept saying when we go on this run against these big teams, I want to see some tactical awareness against them.
Yeah.
That's what I kept saying about Lampard, and it's an experience thing, because you kind of gain that with experience. Also, it's just some things that are just common sense that he's not doing.
Yeah. Look, it is what it is. I'm just doing something at the moment. I'm going to show you. I'm going to share screen in a minute. So I'm just literally putting things together.
What I would say is Frank Lampard very, very quickly needs to find one combination that works beyond him doing David Moyes' style of football. Because David Moyes can coach a team to cross, and he can coach it better, actually.
Yeah.
So he needs to find a combination that works. If it's Ziyech to Giroud, and that's your bread and butter of how you attack, fine. If it's... I don't understand why he doesn't... Oh, Kai.
Yep.
I'm sure you saw in the group chat. I can't believe that Rome guy came for you. I wanted to back you up. I couldn't get in the studio.
Bro, and like I told him the same thing. Just go look at who scored, and he was basing it on the 9 games
I can
rather
tell
than the whole season.
David's the same. David's full of crap as well.
He talks out of his arse.
A lot of that Chelsea crew didn't watch Havertz last season in full. I can tell.
Hey, hello.
He's frozen.
I thought it was
But
me, man.
Based on what he was saying though, quickly in terms of finding the right combination.
Like you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
You're back. You're back now. Yeah,
You're all frozen. I don't know what's going on.
you're back
Just
now. You're back.
I'll wait. Stay
Oh,
there.
happened there?
Dan. I'll take you out. I'm coming back in. 1 second. Yeah,
But-
look, it's
No,
I'm-
based
it's-
on Jem, based
Go
on
on.
what he said with the combination, yeah.
Mm.
I asked someone on Twitter, and I said to him, "Tell me the games this season where you've seen Lampard infused combinations that have worked successfully." And the games that they pointed out to me were Leeds, Palace, Sevilla, Rennes, and I think Burnley. Yeah, Burnley. And then I said, out of those teams, out of those Premier League sides, forget the Champions League sides, out of the Premier League sides, which team is the best? And they were flickering between Palace and Leeds. If the only games this season we've shown true class and quality have come against Leeds, Palace, and Burnley, then you're simply not good enough. Simply not good enough.
What I've heard is what David always says is the games where we've looked our best in is Southampton and Palace and Rennes, or not Rennes, Sevilla. But he's basically naming out games that Mount hasn't played that we've scored a lot of goals in. But yeah, those same games, it's been the same as others. We haven't looked convincing.
Yeah, I don't think we should blame our shit
Right.
form on Mount. I
maybe-
think the whole team has been crap for a while
Yeah,
now.
it's not Mount. Of course, it's not Mount. But
right. Can you see the
that's
screen?
not our best
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
What I've got here, yeah. All right, wait. All right, so this team here, yeah, I've done the formation 4-3-3 as we currently play at the moment. I've just thrown players in for now. Going into the Leicester game, the next game, I want you to tell me. I'll navigate it. You tell me what formation you want and what players you want to play where, and then we're going to discuss why and why it would work. So go on. What are we saying?
Well, first of all, Cho has to play over Pulisic. Cho's the first name on the team sheet. I don't even care.
Are we doing it based on form or
cool.
based on on ideal world scenario kind of thing?
Just
No, based on form. Leicester.
well, yeah, we're based on form going into the next game. Yeah.
Okay.
Werner can't play. He has to be on the bench. Has to be. Funny enough, I'd actually go with Giroud again.
Giroud or Tammy?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Tammy starting. Look, if I see Tammy, I'll be happy because he hasn't had a start in 6 games, and he deserves a start.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
playing against
Yeah,
Leicester,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
going to play with a back. They're going to play with a back
Exactly.
three.
yeah,
And-
no, I know exactly.
If we're
That's why I
playing-
said Giroud, innit?
So
Yeah.
what do you want?
I'd want Giroud.
Oh, has Daddy come out again? I
Giroud.
didn't even know he was there.
Yeah. He asked you
If we're playing this cross and inshallah business, it's got to be Giroud.
cross, inshallah.
All right, cool. Wait, look. What about the formation? What are we doing with the formation? Tell me. 4-2-3-1, 3-5-2. What do you want? Tell me. How do you want to play it?
For me,
This is-
it's time to try Havertz, man. It's not fair to the kid. He's the same thing as Adoy, man. If people want to be like, oh, Adoy is
He's
not
here,
getting a
he's
chance. Same thing with Havertz, man. 4-2-3-1. I would
what do you-
play. I would put
Go on.
Havertz a little bit for top. I would put Mount or Kante and Kovacic, and I would play Ziyech, Adoy, Werner, James Chilwell, Silva, Zuma, and Mendy.
Well,
Because
I don't
I think this way we'll be able to counterattack like motherfuckers, man. That's the only reason I'm using it.
I just think.
So this
Yeah.
is Kai's choice. Does anyone else disagree with this? Right at this moment
Yeah,
in time.
no, I disagree
come
with
here,
this.
Kenny.
2 reasons why. I
I've
disagree.
seen on Twitter and in comments and stuff when I was live and whatever, people saying drop Mendy and give play Kepa.
It's like playing Dumb and Dumber, man. It doesn't matter,
I'll
man.
try and leave it out.
You haven't.
I'm
You
not
haven't.
even
seen
No,
that.
I'm not even doing it. I swear to God,
You haven't
I've
seen that.
seen it. I
You
swear
haven't
to
seen
God.
that. You haven't seen that.
No, I swear on my life I have.
Well, we're not doing that. That doesn't make any sense.
I just thought.
Prime, just because you tweeted it doesn't mean you can say
I
I
know.
saw
I
someone say it.
I didn't tweet it. I swear I
Look,
did
Prime,
not say it.
as much as you might think that Kepa and Mendy are
I did not say.
No, I'm saying in the same stratosphere in terms of their quality as a keeper. Look, at the end of the day, when Kepa plays, he makes himself the center of attention. A keeper that's the center of attention is a problem to the team. Simple as.
Hey, why are you attacking me? I didn't say we should
I'm not.
do it.
I'm not attacking you. I'm pointing out what that's
boys.
just
One
nothing
second. One second. Right. So, what I think is wrong with this formation, I'm going to show you what. When we attack, when we move forward with the ball, we do this, right? So Chilwell and James slowly come up. Havertz then goes up there. Kovacic, if it's Mount or Kovacic, goes there. So when say the ball's with Ziyech right now, right? Wait. Say the ball's with Ziyech right now. So Ziyech has got the ball. James will overlap, which will really do that. Yeah, Kante will be here. And then what happens is we do this. And we only have one individual person in the box at all times.
Yeah,
and the problem you've got is between the three of them, they're sitting there playing a triangle between the three of them. So they're just so there's no what Havertz should be doing is making runs here, supporting him. But we don't do that. We always go here and we go safe. And the same on this side as well. If it's Cho, Chilwell, whoever, it then leaves us very vulnerable because when we lose the ball and we're out of position, we then ask Kante to cover spaces or pockets behind us. If James is too far up, he ain't getting back. And this is why we always get exploited in these areas. Yeah. So for me, that's why I don't think it works, because the two number 8s are not doing what I think they should be doing, which is supporting the striker, not being over here. Does that make sense?
Jim. And the way Lampard explained it, he was like, "Oh, they're supposed to be like doing two roles at once, going up and forth." Yeah, that's all great and fun. You know, that's in the ideal world. That's amazing, but it's not what's happening. What's happening is our midfield is getting exposed and we're getting counterattacks like mofos, man. That's what's happening. It's amazing and great having a game plan, but if it doesn't work, change it. Don't just like insist on it. You know what I mean?
I hear you. So you wanted a 4-2-3-1. Chelsea, Danny, you disagreed. What is it you wanted, Chelsea, Dan? What formation and what players did you want?
I mean, aside from the fact that, look, if Mount, as we've highlighted, Mount is the most important player to Chelsea, to Lampard, sorry. So 4-2-3-1 doesn't suit Mount. Do you know what I'm saying? So Mount... Like,
Daniel, but is that a reason to pick 10 players around that?
Danny's back.
Look, Kai, I'm just saying. Look, in my mind, I personally don't think we have. I personally don't think.
I didn't see.
I personally don't think we have the. Do we have the personnel to play the 4-2-3-1? For some reason, it didn't work last season, innit? And in my head, I thought Jorginho and Kante would make the most sense for the 4-2-3-1 because you have the deep lying playmaker, and then you have the kind of DM who roams around, does his role, cleans up and whatnot. But it didn't work when we saw it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it just
that was last season as well, Danny.
Hold on a second.
What I'm trying to say, boys.
Whoa. 4-2-3. Whoa. First of all, you've got a classic team for 4-2-3-1. Classic team for 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, but the 4-2-3-1 doesn't work. The 4-2-3-1 doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does work.
I'm saying for us.
It does work.
No,
you've got the best players for it. So clearly, Lampard's obviously the issue. I'll tell you why. If you look at the history of that system, as you said, you've got Kovacic who can break lines. You've got Jorginho. He's a crap playmaker, but he's the right profile. You've got Kante. So you've got 3 players for the double pivot. There's no excuses there. 4-2-3-1 is built for wingers. Hold on a second. Let me just because I want to work something, because you triggered me on something I want to agree with you with, sort of leech off something. You said, so you've got wingers for the formation. That makes sense. If your problem is the 10, what I was alluding to before with the combinations, I don't understand why, like, you spend 80 million on Havertz. It has to be the priority to get the best out of him, in my opinion. Why not have him and Mount as a 10 and on the right winger interchanging? That benefits if he wants to get the fullbacks all the way to the byline and crossing, you at least need 1 or 2 players who know how to move between the lines. If you've got 2 players interchanging and doing that, you can keep doing your fullback. When the ball gets recycled, Mount and Havertz will find that space, in my opinion. He needs to find a combination that works.
Dan, did you see the breakdown?
Did
you see the breakdown that I just done quickly on the 4-3-3? Did you just see?
I didn't. I didn't.
You missed it. I should have seen
Gem,
it.
quickly, can I respond to that, please?
Go on, Dad.
Please, quickly, yeah. Let me just break it down into what I was trying to say with the 4-2-3-1. Aside from the fact that with the evidence that we've had that the 4-2-3-1 didn't work for us, the thing is that I'm not disputing the fact that Lampard.
But that was last season, Danny. It's not the same thing.
Let me land. I know. I totally
Let him
understand.
land.
Let me just land. What I'm saying is, with every opinion that I give, I'm factoring in the person who's in charge. When he has used the 4-2-3-1, it hasn't worked. So he clearly doesn't know how. Look, we can say that's the best formation for us, but I'm factoring in the fact that when he implements the 4-2-3-1, it doesn't work for us. That's what I'm trying to say. And then on top of that, what I'm also factoring in is, and we've all agreed that Lampard thinks that Mount is the most important player to his system. If he believes Mount is the most important player to his system, when we give our opinions, if we're saying who do we think should play, we have to come up with a system which has Mount in it. The 4-2-3-1 doesn't accommodate Mount, and that's just the truth, because Mount can't play the 10 and he can't play the 6 or the two sixes in it. So where are you going to play Mount? That's my point, because that's why Mount was playing on the wing last year, and everyone was causing a hysteria around it. My point with the 4-2-3-1 is just that when Lampard implements it, it doesn't work. Simple as.
So Lampard's the problem, not the
It's
personnel.
a Lampard problem. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
Lampard problem, of course.
Gem, I didn't see your 4-3-3. Did
No.
you have Mount in your 4-3-3?
Yeah, no, look, so basically what I was saying to him, just really quickly, I'll break it down. I said the issue that we had with why I think the 4-3-3 don't work is that when we move forward, we do this. So you've got Reece James, who comes up to here. You've got Chilwell that comes up to here. And then just say, all right, Kovacic here. So when we break forward, if it's, say the ball's with Ziyech, he's got the ball. Reece James overlaps. He gets himself to this position. Havertz, instead of making this run, so this is Timo Werner, let's get him up here. Timo Werner's in the box. Instead of making this run to support, we do this. Right? And then the same this side, we do this. We all allude into triangles. So what happens is, when we lose the ball, and Kante's here, if Reece James is halfway up the pitch, we end up getting hit in the pockets.
Well, it was worse for you last season because Alonso can't cover that distance.
He can't make it back. Yeah, exactly. The problem we got with Havertz and Kovacic, and this is why I blame that 8s when we're playing a 4-3-3, is that their run should be here. If it's Mason Mount, it should be supporting him, not leaving him on his home. We don't need you here playing triangles. And this is why we're so easy to play against. And then we lose the ball. And if Reece James is up here and he can't make it back, you're then asking Kante to cover. We've got too much space in the middle. And then we get hit on counter with teams that have got pace like Manchester United against these two at the back. And this is why I think we suffer. That's why I think we suffer.
But what do you think the issues are with
that's
the
just
ball?
my
'Cause I
opinion.
feel like that was more of a last season problem that he solved somewhat.
The issues with us with the ball is there's not enough movement by the 2-8s. They're more happy to do this and link play rather than make a run in a space. Say there's a pocket of space here, run into that and drag a defender wide.
You know what's crazy? That's the run. But at least
It's
Mount
too
makes that run.
predictable.
Just saying.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, he does. He does on and
That's
off.
the funny thing that Chelsea
that's why I
fans
don't
say
think
about
it works.
Mount,
But I
he
get
makes
why
that run.
they want a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, because the 4-3-3 is
does,
not
he runs in
working, man.
pockets of
That's why
spaces.
we
Not
want a
all-
different
not-
system.
I missed a lot of it. I'm curious. Sorry, Jam. I'm just curious. I'm asking questions, bro. If
But
that's all right.
the question I'm asking to you, man.
No, I
though,
want to
is-
ask you a question, Danny.
Go on. Go ahead.
What formation did you want? Because I might have missed it.
I don't believe
Yeah,
our
that's what
problem
I'm
is
waiting for him to tell me. Tell me what you want.
Cool. What I'm saying to you is I don't believe our problem is a formational problem. I believe the problem, first of all, is we're not playing good
Navigate,
football.
bro. Navigate me.
Yeah.
We're not playing good football. What I'm saying is our problem. We can play whatever formation you guys want in your mind. It won't work until we play good football within whatever we want to play. So for me,
Yeah,
if
but
you're
how do we
asking
get
me
it,
what-
Dan? How do we get the best out of the players? I'm asking you. Tell me. Show me what you want to do and what you think will get them ticking. That's the whole point of this formation breakdown. What is it that you want to see? Players, formation. What do you want to do?
Jim,
Like,
but
tell me. Do you want Vernon?
Lampard doesn't get paid 150,000, so we make those decisions. We shouldn't be the one who made those decisions.
No, it's fine.
It should be his job to get the best out of the
Yeah.
players.
Look, if you're asking me on like what would I want to see, I want to see the way
Yeah.
we played it. Obviously, yeah, we don't play Burnley every week, but that style of football, that brand of football. No. I'm talking about the brand of football now. Forget the opposition. Just the brand of football. Yeah, that's what I want to see from us every week. It's the 4-3-3. It was fluid. It was players interchanging. Players understood their roles.
Yeah.
It was all working. Like, so for some reason, since that game, maybe it is the opposition, I don't know, but since that game, we haven't been the same. And like, I just think we need to get to playing that brand of football. Like, what is the style? Because it wasn't.
Dan, is that how you want to line up against Leicester? Yeah, 4-2-3-1. I'm just trying to understand. Is that what you want?
No.
You want a 4-3-3?
Yeah. I'd play Kante, I'd play Mount, and I'd play Havertz.
Isn't Kante suspended still?
Okay,
Or
cool.
no? Oh, it's one game suspension.
Yeah, just one game.
Man, if you think
But you know what?
Havertz can play in a free with Mount,
It's not gonna happen. He's not that. Even his own ex-manager, who been managing him for 6-7 years, said the exact same thing. He said, "You are never going to get the best out of him as an 8. You need to play him near the box so he can utilize his ice cold finishing."
The thing is, what's actually funny though is I actually believe, it's because of fair enough. The way I'm gonna describe this isn't the role or the function of an 8, but if Havertz actually you allow him to get into the box and be free in the box as an 8, then you will get the best out of him. The funny thing is he's never in the box, and of course, like people have said, like people didn't watch him at Leverkusen. Whichever position Havertz played at Leverkusen, the key to unlocking him was he was always in the box when the ball was played into the box, and that's why Chelsea aren't getting the best out of him, because we never get him into the box. Obviously, in recent weeks, he's been getting into the box, but that's been against Morecambe and been against he came on against City and he looked positive in that game where he got an assist. But we just haven't got the best out of him, and this is why I said, ideally, what Lampard needs is 10 years of experience, and he obviously isn't going to get that. And he's learning on the job.
It seems when we play a 4-3-3, and whenever Havertz and Mount plays the 2-8s, Havertz is the deeper of the two. But when Mount and Kovacic plays, because Mount is the more attacking or forward thinking, Kovacic being deeper works. When Havertz and Kovacic play, which is not much, Kovacic is the deeper one, and that works. But I think maybe if Frank switched it, we played Mount deeper and Havertz a bit more forward, and the 2-8. Would that help? I don't know.
But you see what I'm saying?
Maybe me personally, I think what would actually help is if we bought an actual defensive midfielder.
But
maybe then that would help. But again,
I believe that we have the best defensive midfielder in the world, man.
But
let me finish. Let me finish. Prime, finish.
Everyone says we have the best defensive midfielder.
But I'm tired of it. I'm tired of buying more players to cover. If you have a fucking wound in your arm, you're not just gonna put a plaster on it and be like, it's fine.
No, but again,
the issue at Chelsea is Lampard. Buying players not gonna change it, man.
I didn't say we should buy another player. What I said is,
you just said we need a new CDM.
I didn't say we should buy one. I said in terms of what this is what Frank wants to do, to play within this 2-8 system. Kante as the DM doesn't work. We need an actual DM to sit there. Or
fine with Sarri though.
Yeah, Kante didn't play deeper, but okay.
I'm confused. I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm lost as well, bro.
I'm confused. Jem, do you know why I'm confused? This is why I'm confused. As a Man United fan, I'll tell you why. The base of your midfield is not your problem; it's your forward line and the link to it. That's the problem.
But Daniel, Dan, but do you see why I'm saying now? The reason why you're confused is because I'm saying it's not a formational problem. It's the combinations. The system that we are playing doesn't get the best combinations. That's why you're failing to see.
No. But if you play 4-3-3, I tell you what, if you wanted to play 4-3-3 and just go box standard wing play combinations down the flanks, guess what? You don't need Havertz and central midfield for that to work. To be honest with you, you really don't. You can still make that work. Frank Lampard clearly can get fullbacks where they need to. You don't even need wingers out wide. That's why I don't understand why he hasn't played Havertz from out wide coming in. Trust me, he did that at Leverkusen very well. You made a good point, Danny. Havertz was in the box a lot, but guess what? If he wasn't in the box, he was the man playing the killer pass. At Leverkusen.
Exactly.
He
Exactly
was
that.
always that guy.
He's tried.
Can I
playing
just quickly, 1 second, boys, 1 second, 1 second. Please share, like, retweet. We've got 45 of you in here.
Smash the
shooting with us
like
right
button.
now. Please smash that like button as well. Please smash the fuck out of that like button.
Many ways you can help GNA TV and the community.
He's tried playing Havertz out wide, but when he
How many
did
games? How many games?
let me finish. When he did play Havertz, it was only for a few games. But when he did play Havertz out wide,
Kai, how many
it
games?
was- it was
Straight
when-
answer.
I'm
Maybe
not
like
finished.
two, one.
My
One he
point
was
is-
good, one he
no,
was
my
bad,
point-
and then
My point is the reason why it didn't work is because he played him right after he came back from COVID.
Yeah.
When we had no other choice, he played him out there. But because he was still recovering from COVID, it just didn't work.
So is
Yeah,
it
but-
fair to say it's something Frank Lampard may want to re-examine if he's got any
Yeah,
sense at all?
I would look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I said this from the beginning. I said I will not judge single one from these players that we bought until a new manager is underneath them, is above them. That's the only time that I would judge these players.
So you
Because we
let
are not-
Werner off all those misses.
So no. I agree with you. He's been crap. But if you watch the way we played for him, every player on that pitch, you have to create a system that gets the best out of them. We play the majority of the passes to Werner are either crosses or balls that are not going to get the best out of him. He's not that guy to get you crosses. He's not going to get into those crosses. Yet we keep maintaining that. We have to find something that works for everybody,
Yeah,
not
look,
just
I
one
just
player.
want to read out some of these chats because there's a lot of people trying to get some questions. Kai at a 10 role is the answer, but he needs to give him 2 to 3
Yeah,
games in a
exactly.
row consistently. Is what Ritesh is saying here.
Because against Southampton, him and Werner had good chemistry when they were playing
Strip
40-1. They had amazing chemistry. And then he just dropped him.
Strip Bear saying, I'd love to see Gilmore in Kante's role for a game or two. Just saying. Again, I wouldn't say no to
Sounds
that.
like KJ promoting Man United youth. That's what that sounds like.
No, I wouldn't.
It is.
Yeah.
It's battle of the midgets in the midfield.
What is it?
No, thank you.
What is it with people playing youth? Don't play them if they're not ready yet.
Yeah.
If this system and this
Jam
team
team.
doesn't work as is,
Goldberg.
why do you want to play the youth? Where
Yeah,
it's
look,
smart?
Jamzinho says Jorginho would not work with Kante in a pivot as he is not that athletic and also does not have the range of pass. A good player we can get is Dennis Zakaria.
I need to go watch this Dennis Zakaria because all these, I keep seeing his name everywhere.
No,
What league
he's
is he
good.
playing?
He's good then. He's
He-
Gladdenbach. Gladdenbach, is that how you say it? Gladdenbach?
Blackback.
Yeah.
Gladdenbach?
Oh, okay, I need to watch more Gladbach. fair enough.
Danny, trust me, these guys
What?
haven't watched him either. It's because he's.
I know they haven't. I know
the
KJ.
FIFA wonder
Sorry,
kid.
Prime. Go on.
He's a FIFA wonder kid, and because he's not Declan Rice, that's why that they're talking.
And he's got good comps on social media, I assume, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Jam,
To be fair, he's a much
Yes,
better player
bro.
than Declan Rice.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Just because I'm trying to understand. Because again, this is the Frank Lampard thing, right? When people talk about him not being able to coach or he's this, is that, you have no problem controlling games.
Mm.
You have no problem doing what you want to do out wide. So what's missing? Like, what else is missing? And have you seen any hints that he might be able to figure it out? Because if a manager can't coach a team, if your manager wants to control games and he can coach that, he wants to get the fullbacks to the byline, he can coach that.
Yeah.
I can't understand why he can't. And last season, you guys were playing in the half spaces a lot. And I can't understand why it's not happening this year.
I think it's I've said this quite a lot, but I think a lot of it's to do is in my eyes, we need to do different types of we need to make different types of creativity. And at the moment, we always look into the wings and whipping the ball in. We've got players that need that should be finding pockets against these oppositions to stretch defenses. If not that, make runs behind the defense. Just drag them wide. We don't do that enough as a team. I don't know whether that's to do with Frank Lampard and what he's doing in training. I also think, to be honest, people like Kai Havertz, especially, are lacking the understanding of what's being asked of them in that role or in that position. So him playing as an 8, I don't think he's very comfortable with, because he's not really played that position role before. And when you're an 8, you know yourself, when you go forward and you attack, he's cool. He does what he needs to do, but then you're asked to then also track back because you can't leave Kante vulnerable. And I think with Kai Havertz, for me personally, from what I've seen from him, he's the natural 10. He's the guy you need to just let go with Timo Werner, whoever's up front, and just be in the box. And when we lose the ball, he will track back, but not not massively. And I feel like certain individuals within our squad are struggling to understand what's being required of them to play the formation that we play.
But
That's
isn't
what I
that
think.
isn't that from the inexperience of the manager that he is not able to get that through
Potentially,
to them? Because if he's young, if he is too young himself, he himself he doesn't know exactly where he wants to be and what he wants to do exactly. Because I don't care what you do, you can't even get a bachelor degree in 2 years, man. How the fuck are you gonna be a world-class manager in 2 years?
Crazy. I said this before. If the Chelsea board made too many signings for this manager, you might as well just fired him and just signed and got someone more experienced. It's almost there's too many pieces for him. He can't process all of this information to get the right answer. It's actually too much. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes not having options and just having to play a particular team can benefit in an experienced manager. For me, because again, like I look at Havertz, he's a final third player. He's a final third player.
Yes,
he's a final third, and it's just baffling to me that you can't like at least just see the patterns of just basic stuff with him. He constantly gets in the box. He finds one spot. He looks for this killer pass. You don't even see those basic things. Oh, another question for you guys. Sorry, Jem. I know you probably got more questions, but I'm just curious. But I don't talk to Chelsea fans often. Pulisic, man, this boy has to be a concern. Not just his form, but this guy, he's your Eric Bailly, you know? Like, he has to be. Like, do you think this guy's ever going to be fit and healthy?
I think that's why we might go for Sancho from what I'm hearing, because Chelsea's like not really convinced that this guy is going to be the answer for the future, you know?
We're not buying Sancho. We don't.
You never know with Chelsea, man.
I think this is a thing. I think this is a thing with Americans in general. I heard it say,
Jesus fucking Christ, man. Prime.
You can't say that. You're not allowed to say that.
I'm not allowed to say that, man. Prime.
Can I finish? Thank you. I think this is a thing with American players in general, that they get injuries when they're quite young, and it's not something that fades away until they get until they're like 25, 26, 27.
What do you think, Jem?
It's that IHOP diet, man.
You have to give me what's the sample size with, like, tell me who the examples of that.
Dembele, Donovan. Two
Donovan?
classic examples.
Was Donovan injured?
That's just because that's only two American footballers he knows.
What's his name? Bradley.
Prime. 2 seconds, mate. What I'm going to do is I've just put the link. I put the link in the chat. Come in, have you say. We're only going to be on for another sort of 10 minutes. So one individual at a time. If you've got any questions that you want to ask the panelists, then bring it on. But the first guy coming in is Johnny Boy Blue. My boy. How you doing, bro?
Yes, Jim. What's happening? You all right?
Not bad, bro. Not bad. How are you? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm positive from today. Like, everyone's sort of getting all a bit, reactionary again. And I think at the end of the day, we got the 3 points, which is the most important thing. Performance weren't really there, but that will come. Like, it's going to come. And I fancy us against Leicester. I ain't worried. And I think Mount, he come out and he showed what it means to be a Chelsea player, which doesn't go for a lot of the players on that pitch. So I think he's due credit as well.
I agree, bro. I think he had a very good game, and there was only certain individual. We all know that is David, that doesn't think he's good enough for the Chelsea team. He should be benched. He should be coming off the bench like Foden, is what I heard today. That's the way Mount should be played under Chelsea. But I think he honors to be playing at the moment. I think he's overplayed. I think he is overplayed. I think he needs to be rested in individual games. But
Kai, Danny,
Prime.
Daniel.
Take care. See you later, Prime.
Everyone, like, subscribe, share.
Do your thing.
I just think that he's today he was the only player, to be honest, who I could see scoring for us, and he did. He created chances, he added aggression, pressing, fight. He backed his captain when the red card happened. I didn't see one Chelsea player go up after that. It was just Mount. Like, he's got fight. He plays for Lampard. He respects his teammates. He respects his manager. It's not his fault he's played where he's played. That's not down to him. That's down to Lampard. But at the end of the day, every time he plays, in my opinion, he deserves to be on that pitch. And when I was on that channel, Monsters channel earlier, You know, I was hearing so much waffle like Barkley's better than Mount, Barkley should be playing instead of Mount, and all this stuff. And I can't. I lost my rag, to be honest with you. I lost it,
bro.
absolutely
Bro,
lost it.
like you said, Johnny boy, we won today, so we should be a little bit more
Yeah.
positive. But it was a bad performance, bro. It was a very bad performance.
We
But Johnny, I've got to jump. Sorry,
dominated.
bro. Go on. I've got to let you go because there's so many people at the back, and we can't be on here too long. I'm going to do 10 minutes, but I appreciate you coming on, bro. Yeah, I'll talk to you in a
No
bit.
worries, Dom. Safe, man. See you later.
See you later, bro. Bye. Jamzinho, are you there?
Yeah.
What do you want to say, bro?
All I want to say is that Lampard is a one-dimensional manager. He only plays with 4-3-3. He's also stubborn. He doesn't want to play Callum just because and in his press conference he said he don't play Azuma because of his personality. He gives a shit about a person's personality. Get him in the fucking starting 11.
That was a good one, Danny, wasn't it? That was a good one. That was a good
The
one.
guy
Gives a
finished
shit about personality. Love it.
No, he bullies our players, man. He bullies our players. That's what I don't like about him.
I tell you what I've noticed, Kai, yeah? He seems to have Mourinho's nasty streak, but he doesn't have the charisma.
The tactical, yeah. He bullied Werner. He bullied Werner after the Arsenal game. He bullied Alonso. He bullied Tamori, and now he's doing the same thing with Adoy. I'm just, you know, for me, I just.
Jamzinho, is there anything else you want to say, bro? Before I let you shoot off?
Yeah, Lampard, that was simple. It's pissing me off, man.
Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. I'll see you later on. Yeah, take care. Thanks for coming on.
Leicester won today, by the way.
Get that on a t-shirt. Who gives a fuck about personality?
Yeah, do you know what? That was good. That was good.
Quick question, Dando.
Ritesh,
Are you Ollie out?
Of course I'm not Ollie out. I've been Ollie in from day. Are you kidding me? The fight I've been fighting, and now I get to see Ollie out as basking in this glory. It's annoying.
Yeah.
No, honestly.
I hear it.
Ritesh, are you here, bro?
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. What do you want to say?
Yeah. First of all, I love Frank. I love Frank from 2 bits now. But my issue with Frank is whenever he plays one out of the position, but in the last 20 or 30 minutes in the starting time of the season, he doesn't play him in the last 20 minutes to the middle either. So my problem with Frank is that first of all, when you buy a new player, then you have to get him to the confidence that he can perform at the certain level. But the thing is, he started with the player without a position, and now when he plays in this correct position, the people starting judge the player from this 1 to 10 minutes only. So my problem is he have to get the player the confidence level first.
Can I ask him a question, Jam?
Go on, Dan.
Like, do you think? I'm just being Prime now because Prime's gone. Like, I feel like Pulisic's injuries, Ziyech's injuries, now Kai Havertz had COVID. Paul Pogba said it took him 2 months to learn just to run properly, to not feel out of breath. You can't play Thiago more than 2 games in a row, etc., etc. Do you feel like there are mitigating circumstances as to why this team, basically, other than Frank Lampard, why this team has no rhythm? Or do you think it's all on Frank Lampard?
No, it's not on Frank Lampard only. But my issue is simple. That if you play one out of the position in first 70 minutes, it's okay. If you have injuries and all, it's okay to play him out of position because you have situation that you cannot play him in the middle. But in the last 20 minutes, you can at least try him in the middle when you are in the winning positions, and that will give the player the confidence rather than playing Giroud, then Tammy, and playing him out of the position for the whole 90 minutes. So for getting the player the confidence is a must thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Especially for strikers.
Fair enough,
For strikers.
Ritesh, thank you for coming on, bro. We love the support. Got to let you go because we've got other people in the queue, bro. I'll talk to you in a bit, yeah? Thank you.
Okay.
See you later, mate. Bye-bye. All right, next up, we've got Alex. Alex.
Hey, Jam, you alright?
Oh,
not bad, bro. How are you? Yeah, we can hear you, bro. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, good.
What do you want to say?
I just have a couple of things to say that I think with Pulisic is that he's still. I think in general, most of the squad, the players that we brought in Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, Pulisic, they're all around the age of like kind of the 20s, 22s, and I think they just need to build that more like kind of composure on the ball and kind of try and more develop players. Is the only problem is that as a Chelsea like kind of football club, is that do we have enough time for those players to kind of develop into the players that we want them to? Because, for example, a good example was like Kevin De Bruyne, for example, when he was at Chelsea, like and even Mo Salah, they couldn't get into that team because the team was quite strong back then in the positions of Hazard and all those other players that we had in midfield. So it's just kind of just I wish that we can not to put too much pressure on players, but at the same time, they I think they just still have to grow and they just have to become more composed on the ball.
Yeah,
Can I answer? Can I answer that?
Go on,
yeah,
Kai.
but
Go on.
how can you be giving these players time to develop if you don't see them progressing? People just they think that you can just like a player can just get from point A to point Z. Like that's how you get to point A, B, C, D. You develop.
There's a flaw in your logic, Kai. There's a flaw in your logic. The players will get time because they outlast managers. It's Lampard.
But that's not my point. It's like people are saying like, okay, like to people who say let's just keep Lampard. The players will improve. They need gelling.
No, I get what you mean, but by default, Kai, because the players outlast managers, they'll get the time either with Frank Lampard or another manager anyway. That's my point. By default, players get time to develop. If the manager plays them, that is. If the manager
but
don't
sometimes,
play the players, that's different.
Sometimes, especially with strikers, if you lose your confidence, sometimes you can't even get it back. Same thing with these creative players. Like if you remember what happened to Mata after Mourinho just basically bullied him, he was never the same player again. That's one thing I'm worried about. It's like we're gonna keep Lampard. He's just gonna keep treating these players like like they're criminals. Like to me, the way he treats Adoy right now is like he's a criminal. Everything's that allegation thing.
Yeah,
he didn't want to touch him, man.
True.
He didn't want to touch him.
Jem, can I ask Alex a question?
Go on, bro.
Yeah.
Just on oh man, I completely lost my train of thought. Kai distracted me there. What was I going to say?
Sorry,
sorry, my bro. I completely lost my train of thought. I had a question for you, but I completely forgot. Sorry, man.
Alex, is this your first time? I've seen you on here, mate. Oh.
What?
I just remember.
I came up on the football terrace. Like
Alex, sorry, bro. Just let me ask you before I forget.
Yeah, go on, Danny. Go on.
You see, when everybody was saying you guys were title challengers, do you think the players bought into that a little bit?
Yeah. But in my opinion, I think we were never kind of title challengers. I think I guess some players were. I feel like they were kind of brought into it because I think also they say you have some couple of players who maybe you spent all that money on a team. You think as a player, like okay, we spent all this money. It means that we're gonna go for a title challenge. So it's one of.
But to be fair, Werner looked good. Werner looked really good 2 months ago.
Yeah, he did. He did. I agree with that.
He's getting a lot of praise.
But we shoved him down the left until he like lost every bit of confidence. Yeah.
But with Timo Werner though, like it still doesn't make much sense to why Lampard got him in the first place. To be honest, because we got two wingers, Pulisic and we're not playing like Werner. You see, he would have been a perfect player for Liverpool because he's kind of like counter-attacking football, over the ball, over the kind of free balls over, and he would chase the balls. We're not playing that way. We keep crossing the ball. He's not.
Sideways.
We're not playing in the style of that player.
Yeah.
So
of course, and even Jem, even to quickly add on to what Alex said, I've literally said in terms of Chelsea's DNA, think about what was so successful and kind of has been a curse to us in a way, like how successful we were with Drogba and how many years Drogba was up front for us, back to goal. He could literally handle playing up front by himself. And then we went through that little phase where we wanted to transition away from Drogba. I think who went up to Fernando Torres. Yeah, we tried to change it quickly and it just didn't work. And that idea that Chelsea just the DNA wise, we just need a striker who can play with their back to goal, basically. That's why when Costa came in, he was so good and so effective. He could lead the line by himself. We keep why are we buying
Werner's not that guy, is he, Daniel?
Exactly, he's not, and that's the point. Like despite the fact that we bought a good player, did we buy a player who necessarily suits our system? And I'd say no, we didn't.
He's not.
So,
he's not even playing him properly. Like,
you know what? He would have fit. He would have fit Sarri a lot more than he fit Lampard.
I'd even make the argument that if we bought Aguero wouldn't have worked for us the way he works for City.
Yeah,
make that argument as well. Because
same thing with
just quickly. Boys, Alex, bro, thanks for coming on. We've got other people in the background. You're more than welcome to come on again, very soon. So look to see you again,
All right, have a good evening, guys.
Take care, bro. See you later, bro. Bye. 2 more people. Let's do Michael, CFC. If he's coming in. There we go. Michael, how you doing?
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Not bad, bro.
Can you hear me?
Not bad. Yeah, we can hear you. What do you want to say, bro?
Today, I would just say today was just, I don't understand what we played today. I just felt like annoyed, like the fact that we could only beat a 10-team Fulham 1-0, and it was just showing like how terrible we are. I mean, I don't understand why Lampard decides to play this kind of formation every single game. Every single team knows the formation Chelsea is playing at the moment, and Lampard is so stubborn that he doesn't want to change it. How can you be starting Rudiger? How can you be starting Giorgio? These are players that slow the game. These are players that make mistakes. I know that we kept a clean sheet and we won the game. 3 points is 3 points, and I'm happy that we got the 3 points. But the fact that the way we got the 3 points is so annoying. We had chances to kill off the game. Even the Timo Werner's, like his chance that he finally could have just killed off the game, he still missed it. Timo Werner at the moment is worse than Morata when Morata came to Chelsea the first season. Timo Werner is having a worse season more than Morata's first season, and people are just keeping quiet and ignoring that. Everybody will be attacking Mason Mount, saying Mason Mount ain't good enough, inconsistent. If Mason Mount didn't score today, Chelsea would have drawn against 10-men Fulham. So I'm happy that we won, but it's just that the way we're winning, because look at Leicester City just won 2-0, and we're about to play them on Tuesday. I'm 100% sure that we're not going to win the game because
they won 2-0. I thought they won 1-0.
They won 2-0. They won 2-0. Harvey Barnes scored.
Jesus.
And
how was it? Okay.
Harvey Barnes scored, and the fact that they're playing 2-0 against a team like Southampton that also is good. Well, at least thank God that we went above Southampton to this game.
They saved us. Now we're not 8th anymore. We're actually 7th.
No,
we're 7th. Yay!
Yeah,
Michael,
7th.
Yeah,
Michael, where in West Africa are you from?
Nigeria.
Of course you are. When I heard him say it's good, I was like, this guy, man, my people.
Are you from Nigeria too? Are you from Nigeria? Because I saw your name. Are you Nigerian also?
Yeah. I'm Nigerian, man.
Okay.
All right. Just a quick one. Ritesh says, have a question for you guys. Don't you think Werner is also a bit unlucky, just like Pogba's last goal? Although it was a great shot, but still he gets the deflection.
No, I don't think.
I think he's out of confidence, man. I think he doesn't have even 1 ounce of confidence in his body.
I don't think he's not lucky or whatever. I just feel like he thinks too much when he's with the ball. He thinks when he's with the ball and he's like has goal sight, he thinks too much, and thinking too much makes him misses opportunities. He misses literally sitters that you should be missing as a striker. The guy is still on 4 goals, and Bamford is on 9 goals. I mean, it's disgraceful for me. So I just
Michael,
feel like he
it's the
needs
same
to change.
thing. Drogba when his first season at Chelsea, same thing, even like less numbers, man.
But the problem is, no, it's not the same thing, Kai. No, it wasn't.
I wouldn't judge them on the first season. I would never judge them on the first season.
No, but even in Drogba's first season, Drogba was never about his goals. It was about his all-round play. He was able to bring to play and the link up that was around him. Look at even the move. That move that hold on quickly. The move where this is just to basically prove my point. Giroud, the reason why Giroud in a way would be perfect is if we played into his hands. People think that Giroud is only a cross and head merchant. Look at the amount of world-class goals Arsenal scored with Giroud in the side, the link-up play, the interchanging, the movement around him. Remember the move that where I think it was Thiago Silva who played a ball into Giroud, who lays it
bounced
up for
into Ziyech.
Ziyech, and then Ziyech gets the ball and gets a shot. That's the interplay that we need to see more often. We didn't see that. That happened by chance. That wasn't. It didn't seem like that was consistent.
The thing is just that Chelsea were across FC, and
I
because
get you.
I
do get you, but like the way that City plays to Aguero, it's not like the same way we play to Giroud. It's different types of strikers. You need to play them in a different way. If we're gonna have Werner up front, we need to do something else.
Yeah,
that's
Michael.
That's why I'm saying give him a different. I said it from the beginning for all our players and new players. I will judge them only when they have an experienced manager. Then I can give them a proper judging because they are being used properly how they should be used. I will not.
Can I just jump in quickly? Michael, anything else you want to say before you go? We've got one more person. Well, two more people actually to finish off on, bro. Anything you want to say?
I just want to say that Lampard should stop being stubborn and stop bullying the players that deserves to be playing and playing crappy players for us. Because when you keep on playing crappy players, we're going to keep on coming here and disturbing and complaining how crap of a manager and how stupid of a manager he's looking at the moment. So I just feel like he just needs to stop being. He should stop being annoying. Like stop. Not trying to play Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi is on red form. He even when he came on, it was through him. He passed the ball. He laid the ball to Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell fired the shot. The keeper got it, but Mason Mount was in front of it. So I don't understand why the hell Lampard is just being so annoying. But I just feel like if he doesn't play Chilwell against Leicester City, we're done. We're done because I don't see Timo Werner. I don't see you stopping up, bringing on Timo Werner and thinking he's going to score against Leicester City. I mean, I think Timo Werner's level is scoring against Luton FC in the FA Cup, so let's just accept it.
Michael, thank you very much, bro. It sounds like you vented. It sounds like you vented. You got it off your chest, and that's what we're here for, bro. For you to come.
I swear, sometimes I think Lampard just sadistic, man. He just likes seeing us suffer, man.
Michael, thank you for coming on, bro. We'll see you again soon. Yeah, thank you. Bro.
Yeah. Have a nice day, guys.
Take care, Michael. Take care.
Bye. All right, last two people. One of them being Winter Surfer, and the other one is I just got rid of him. Winter Surfer and Hassan. Boys, how you doing?
Yeah, all good. I had to take a paracetamol because my head hurt from all this watching that earlier. That was that was very frustrating earlier, man.
Tell me, Winter Surfer. Tell me. Air it.
I got it. It's the midfield, man. It's just too slow. The build up is just too slow, and it's just there's no one running in from deep. I mean, we only ran in deep because we were playing against 10 men. That's the way. Usually we don't do anything. We just bypass the midfield, or they just don't do anything. Jorginho, Jesus Christ! I've seen boats turn quicker than Jorginho. He's not. I'm sorry. He's not suited for us. He's not suited for us. The way we're playing, he just can't affect the game. He can't affect the game whatsoever. And
I hear the worst in him and encourages his worst traits, actually.
Exactly.
There's no link up.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. Yeah,
it is, man.
Is it actually time to go for him though, Winter Surfer? Is it this time?
Time to go!
Claude should be paid for this, man.
Do you know what? I'm taking a leaf out of my Indiana's book. I don't care. You know what? I just don't care. It's not. I'm just wasting. It's just wasting my energy.
Indiana does care, though. Just so you know, because I talk to Indiana a lot.
What I mean is, I'm not having a debate of Lampard in, Lampard out, because that's all I've heard this week. It's the same debate every single.
Yeah, it's boring now, isn't it? It's getting boring, bro. And Danny, Manchester United, Danny can actually speak on this because it happened with his manager and his club. They had the same issue that we're having now. They had in his first season. At this point. It must be reminiscent to you, Dan, isn't it? Seeing all this.
This time last year against Burnley.
No, the beef is reminiscent. The difference is, to be honest with you, Chelsea fans have more evidence to basically hit Lampard with than Ollie, if we keep it real. Because
I was going to say that
Ollie had to work with basically what he inherited. Sold Lukaku, didn't really get a replacement. Basically replaced Sanchez and Lukaku with Rashford and Martial, who are already there. Don't get me started on our central midfield, which is bang average bar Pogba. There's a lot of differences. The question for Chelsea fans is, do you want to be a club who's patient and gives managers time. Actually, do you want to be a fan base? Forget what Roman wants to do as a fan base. Do you want to be patient, or do you want to be entitled, big babies, and just call for the manager to get sacked every time they go and get stuff? That's
Jem, and I get why you say that, and it's a valid question. However, what I would say to that is, can you blame a fan? Look, and I'm again, like I said, I'm on neither side, but can you blame a fan base for having consistent success and being used to a certain thing, and then telling them to change the DNA that's been a part of the club for over 20 years? That's what I'm trying to say.
I think you can ask that question when you push the reset button. And bear in mind, you guys survived off the legacy of that Drogba, Lampard, Terry for a long time, and Hazard carried you past the legacy of that. You're at a reset. You've reset now. Last year was a reset. You guys have to evaluate. Hold on a second. Was it realistic for us to expect smooth sailing and no rough waters in the ocean?
Yeah.
Do we want to tough out this period? Furthermore, it depends on where you were at the start of the season. If you're one of them people that were saying pray for the rivals and thought you were going to win the title, then I get it. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just going to shout out.
Can I just respond to Daniel really quick? But at the same time, Daniel, a lot of us, like with you could see progress with Ole. You could see him trying to change, try to make things work. With us, we just see stubborn decisions to the point that we are questioning if anything will change. In order for you to get in order for you to see to put faith in a project, you have to have like different smaller objectives that you have to fulfill. Then you reach that long-term project. But for us, we are just seeing decline and regression over regression. So we cannot just blindly put faith that that's it. If we're just going to put faith in this guy, in 2 years, we're going to end up an amazing team due to his experience as a manager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The key word he said, faith.
Yeah. Just big up to Euro Expert. He was on a show with me actually, and we went through some formations, a bit about Chelsea and this, that, and the other on one of our shows not long ago.
He looked like in real life, like the icon.
Yeah. No, go and have it. If you go and look at the Global View show, you'll see him. But yeah, very, very knowledgeable guy. He's a writer. He's an analyst. He goes through quite a lot in terms of formations and etc. He's in the chat. He says, "Hey guys, what do you think of Pulisic this season? It feels like every single game is his first one for a year. Keeps misplacing passes. Keeps having the odd poor touch. Is it just me?" And I think you're right, bro. I agree. It's definitely it's becoming more noticeable, and I don't know whether it's to do with him. I don't know what it is. If it's just he's still nursing the injury, he's not had he's had the game time. He's just not had, what's the word? Like he's just not finding the form that he had last season. Sort of thing. And I don't know if that's an issue for us in the long run, and if whether we need to actually think of selling Christian Pulisic as well.
He needs to come off the bench, man.
Hassan, how you doing, bro? You right?
Yeah, I've been doing fine. What about you guys?
Yeah, not bad, bro. Not bad. What do you want to say, bro?
I'm just saying that it's the same old what everyone has said, that we've been poor and we haven't been taking our chances well. And we have capitalized on the 10-man Fulham. If we play like this against Leicester, we're going to get slapped 3-4-0. And the problem is, like Lampard, the situation between Ole Arteta and Lampard, these managers have all like one bad patch form away from like losing their jobs. But the problem is though, like Chelsea, like what Devil has said, they don't give managers time. Like even we've seen like proven managers like Ancelotti, who's unfairly sacked before, as in they got sacked and then it's the same old thing, isn't it? But the question is, if we sack Lampard, are we gonna give them the next manager time to adapt, or are we just gonna keep sacking managers and giving unreal expectations?
Who wants to answer that? Dan,
I
Dan?
would love to. If Daniel wants to, Daniel can go to answer that.
Go on, Kai.
I think I never advocate for sacking managers. I didn't want Conte sacked. I didn't want Sarri sacked. But at the same times, you cannot just keep dropping down the table, lose progression as a football club from a Europa League, play Europa League again, just keep dropping, not seeing progress on the field, on the pitch. There has to be. You have to give faith in manager, but at the same time, that faith has to be repaid. You can't just put faith in. It's like if your girl keeps cheating on you, you're not gonna be like, okay, I'm just gonna stay with her for the rest of my life, even though she keeps cheating on me and saying sorry. It's the same thing with manager. At the end of the day, football management is a job, and if in your job you're not doing your part on a monthly review period, then you don't get to keep that job. You can't just keep failing, and for your employer to give you faith. That's not how the world works, unfortunately. Let alone in a £1 billion industry, which is football.
Kai, can I say something? Like, isn't this season isn't the Premier League too tight to fully judge Lampard? Should we give it, another 10 games or until
I said it. I said it. I said it. For me, the only time I would want him sacked is if we are in the risk of losing top 4. Because for me, that is a loss of revenue that we cannot afford right now in COVID. Plus, we cannot go back. Sarri got us back to the Champions League. I don't want us to go back to the Europa League because it's very hard to come back from the Europa League. You remember the players used to attract me in the Europa League? I don't want to go back to that one.
Yeah, Hassan, thank you for coming in, bro. I literally be going an hour and 45 minutes. I need to really finish this off in a bit. But
Jim's been
Hassan,
trying to get off for an hour.
You in a bit.
Yeah.
For real.
What'd you say?
You've been trying to get off for like an hour.
Just quickly, there's one guy.
5 more questions for you. I've got a list.
Mate, honestly, it's a good stream. Don't get me wrong, it's been a great show. Don't get me wrong, but King Kai, go on, come and have your say. Quick 2 minutes, bro. Let us know. What do you want to say?
Geez, it's already 11:30 here, man. Gotta hit the gym soon, man.
Go on. King Kai?
Yo.
Yes, bro. Go on. What did you want to say? No? You want to say anything?
That's awesome, man. Let's come on tonight.
He said, yo.
Man, just wants to live in the moment, man. That's
Jem's got the missus waiting, so he's trying to rush the stream.
Listen, it's not that. We've been going for nearly an hour and 45 minutes. Listen, it's been a great show. Hit 65 viewers in total, which is one of our highest. I think our highest ever. 65 viewers.
It's because I jumped on, of course.
It must be Danny's.
Danny's here.
For anyone that's wondering, Kai is one of those guys. He's talking about the gym. Kai's WhatsApp photo is him with his top off, just in case anybody was wondering. Kai's that dude.
You seriously put me on the spot, Daniel. Oh,
he loved it. Big up to Max. Max is in the chat. I'm just happy with the win, despite the performance may not have been the best, but we will get better with too much quality.
To wrap my last point, Jem, please.
Go on,
last point. The only reason why I'm just not on the side of just happy with the 3 points is because just like the Man City loss, it's all going to be accumulative. It's all going to come back to bite us back. I said the Man City loss wasn't... The reason why we lost Man City is not because of the way we played on the day. It was because of how we had been playing for a number of weeks. And the same thing is going to go. The Fulham game, me personally, I can't remember who came in and said they're confident for the Leicester game. I'm personally not confident. If you go into that game thinking we're going to go there and blitz Leicester, look, you got a different level of confidence to me, and maybe I need some of that because that's not going to happen.
Ironic thing is, if we perform like we did today and still win 1-0, I'll take that.
Oh, 100%. Oh, of course I would. No, don't get me wrong. Of course I'd keep taking these lucky wins. Fam, Man United went through that before they started getting some consistent. They were getting late winners, and I keep saying it. People were saying Man United were in a crisis, and I kept tweeting it. I would love to be in a crisis if that's what a crisis is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
I hear you. Right. Big up to Strip Bear. Yeah, it's been a great show. I've really enjoyed it. It's been good having not just Chelsea fans here, but Danny here with the neutral mind as always, given he's saying that. Kai, where can people find you, bro? Shout out your channel.
You can find me on No Filter Footballs. We do reactions. We're gonna have a Chelsea kind of like weekly review tomorrow. I was supposed to do it today, but time flies when you're on gym channels, man. So yeah, just keep up for that. Just wait for that.
Wicked. Devil on Details, you've got your own YouTube, haven't you? Channel as well. Shout it out, bro.
Yeah, it's literally Devil on the Details. It's literally it. It's right there. But no, in all seriousness, follow me on Twitter at Devil Details. MU. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter there. Link to everything. Link trees there and all that good stuff.
Mr. Eyes on the Ball TV, where can we find you?
I mean, you said it yourself, Eyes on the Ball TV for all my content. And then over for my personal stuff, as seen on screen.
Wicked, bro. Wicked. And Winter Surfer?
Just on Twitter. You can find me and I'm around. I'll probably be on Kai's Chelsea show tomorrow, but I'm around. So
and we can also find you in the Marvel universe as well, I bet, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. No DC crap.
Yeah, well, look, listen, we appreciate all your support, guys. Thank you for coming on as well.
Oh, Jem, we're not done yet. Got a few more questions for you, bro. Just real quick.
I'm falling asleep here. My back's hurting. I'm getting old, Dan. You know?
This dinner is getting cold, man.
My back's really hurting, leaning forward all this time, you know. But you can find me, Ads and Sophia, in the description below. Our links to our Twitters are there. There's also a Discord link as well, which you can come into the group and have your say and have a chat with everyone that's, you know, sort of involved with the GNA community. So we appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely evening or day, wherever it is that you may be. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Peace.
It's like it's playtime and it's free time. In the dance, they have to take a glance.